Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the best investments that I've made personally since crossing the 7-figure mark with our agency. So recently, Derek and I shared that we have crossed over the 7-figure mark with our social media marketing agency, a business that we started over 6 years ago now. We just recently crossed into the 7th year of running our business, and it's been a total roller coaster. And honestly, this is a business that we got started with as just a side hustle, as a way that we could pay off our student loans a little bit faster at the time while we were both working day jobs, and now it's grown to be something where we got employees all over the world and we get to do cool stuff all the time. So I've been connecting with a lot of you guys on Instagram and other social channels, and there's been a lot of questions just about, things that we spend our money on and all that type of stuff. So I thought it'd be cool to shoot a video like this, just because I think a lot of the gurus in the space like to flex on how much money they make with their Lamborghinis and Rolexes and stuff like that. And to be honest, that's just not us. That's just not what we spend our money on. Maybe we're just boring, or maybe we're just good with our money. You be the judge. Feel free to drag us over the coals in the comments down below. But that being said, I'd love to share with you guys some of the stuff that I bought recently that's really had a big impact on my life. So by far the biggest thing has been the home that I'm sitting in right now. And it's been the number one purchase and just the best thing for a number of different reasons. There's been some obvious financial reasons that I'll get into in just a second here, but the first and biggest thing is just having an amazing space for myself, my fiance, and our 2 dogs to live and just build a life. It's a really cool house where not only do we have our own pool, which is just absolutely mind-blowing and game-changing, but it's villa style where the entire yard is actually fenced in with a wall, and we have a pool in our front yard. So it's just really cool. It's very private, it's very quiet, and it's just been an awesome place to kind of have a zen area where we can just relax, kick back, and enjoy each other's company. In addition to that, having my own space meant that I could build out my dream home office that I'm sitting in right now and light it up and do all the decorations and stuff that I always wanted to do. Work in progress. But it's really coming together, and it's just been awesome to have this quiet place where I can be productive and not have anybody bother me or any of the other stuff that you deal with when working in an apartment or a common place of living. It's been super great just to make it our own and turn it into our dream house. From a financial perspective, it's also been by far the best investment that I've ever made, where we actually purchased in Phoenix right before the housing market went absolutely insane, and we are up an insane amount of money on what we actually paid for the house already. So for those reasons, by far best investment, hands down. Another amazing investment that I made recently is just really investing in buying the best technology that I possibly can. For the first couple of years of running our agency, I was getting a new MacBook every year and just kind of getting the lowest tier that I could to step into the next technology. And in 2022, I decided just to get the best that was possibly available, fully loaded, best graphics card, best RAM, all the terabytes of storage that I could throw in there, and just not having to bump into any productivity issues for anything that I'm doing, whether it's shooting videos like this or doing client work or anything else that I might do. It's not even something I think about in terms of storage or RAM or capacity, where it felt like I was always bumping into things before. It would really slow down my workflow, and it would just really cripple my productivity. And I didn't realize how much that was hindering me until I stepped into this new laptop, where it's just not even something that I think about anymore. On top of that, Derek also suggested recently that we get the AirPods Max, which I thought were just totally unnecessary, but we got them, and they are by far the best headphones that I ever have owned. If you know anything about me, or if you follow me on Instagram at all, you know that I'm a bit of an audiophile. I've been building a stereo system with my dad for the better part of 2 decades now. I'm a huge snob when it comes to audio quality, and the AirPods Max are just a dream to listen to. The noise canceling is so much better than the Bose that I had previously, and traveling and working remote and working in coffee shops, it just made such a massive difference, and I didn't realize how big of a difference it would make until we purchased them. So definitely highly recommend both of those. Another major purchase that we spend a lot of money on are online courses or mentorship. So even though we crossed a 7-figure milestone with our agency, we're constantly looking for ways to grow, whether it's productivity, operations, ad strategies, ways to improve our business, ways to improve our management skills, ways to improve our lifestyle, or ways that we live our life. We're constantly on the lookout for courses or ways that can help us collapse time and learn those things in less time. This is just a mindset that we've had since we got started, where we just play naive no matter what it is, and we look for anybody else who's doing better than us in any area, and we try and buy their knowledge from them, which is really what you're investing in when you buy an online course. You're buying knowledge and you're buying time. So anytime that we get a course, it means that we make less mistakes, we achieve the results in less time, and usually there's some monetary or mental gain that we achieve as a result. So all the courses that we bought, I'm grateful for. Even the ones that we haven't learned as much from, we still got something from them, and there's some value in that. Another thing that I recently got that I'm absolutely obsessed with is the Apple Watch Ultra. So a couple years ago, I actually had an original Apple Watch. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd one. And I actually swore to never buy another Apple Watch again, because that battery died like a week after the warranty expired, and it was not replaceable. So that really rubbed me the wrong way. But when the Apple Watch Ultra came out, I happened to be shopping for a smartwatch for all the endurance, sports, and cycling that I do. And I was looking at the Garmin and a couple others when I realized that the Apple Watch Ultra actually comes with AppleCare that you can buy in a monthly subscription. So for $5 a month, you essentially have a lifetime warranty. So if I ever run into any battery issue like I had before, before, they'll replace it. So from what I've gathered, the next best warranty for any other type of smartwatch is a 2-year warranty, and I hope to get more than 2 years out of my technology. So I was really excited to get that, and the Apple Watch has been game changing. So in addition to tracking my steps, a big thing that I really like to do is get insights into my sleep. I'm a firm believer that the better night rest you have, the better the next day is going to be in terms of productivity. So I really like being able to view my insights in terms of the types of deep sleep or REM that I'm getting. As you can see here, I just pulled it up on the screen. The other night I got an hour and 45 minutes of REM. I usually average between an hour and 45 and 2 hours and 15 minutes of REM sleep, which from what I've learned is a pretty solid amount. But having these insights is super valuable because sometimes I wake up, I feel like I'm going to have a good day, but now I know enough about my sleep that I know that if I didn't get enough REM, I'm not going to really have a productive day, and it might be better to move any important meetings that I have in the afternoon to a different day. Just make sure that I'm on point. It helps me better manage my time and better manage my day. Another massive investment that I've made recently that I've really been enjoying is gym memberships and also some mountain and gravel bikes. So if you know anything about me or if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm pretty obsessed with physical activity. I ran my first ultra marathon in 2021, and ever since then, I've had a bug up my butt to do anything that's a challenge when it comes to physical activity. I also like being as efficient as I can. So I've got a couple different gym memberships. I've got a lifetime membership that has all kinds of amenities and a sauna, which I've really been enjoying. And I also have a boxing membership where I can go and just beat up the bag and reduce any stress that I've carried with me from the day. It might be kind of overkill for some of you, but I really enjoy it. It's really made a big difference in my mental health. I also purchased a couple bikes this year. One's a mountain bike and one's a gravel bike. Ever since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with cycling, and it's something that I got away from for a couple years while we were building our business. But getting back on the bike, getting back in the saddle, and just logging a ton of miles on the weekends has been amazing. And a couple weeks ago, I was actually able to do a bucket list trip where I took my gravel bike and rode through Big Sur on the Pacific Coast Highway, Highway 1 in California. That ride was an absolute dream come true, and I got to do it with my fiance and our dogs, and it was just the greatest time that I've ever had on a bike. Which brings me to the next thing that I've loved spending my money on since becoming a 7-figure agency owner, which is all the travel that I've been able to do. If you haven't connected with me on Instagram, definitely check it out. I'd love to chat with you, but you'll see that I post all of our travels all the time. Travel was the single biggest reason why we started our agency, and I wanted to be able to live the digital nomad life and just travel whenever we want. Since doing that, I've realized that I like having a little bit of a home base, a little bit more than I like being on the road 24/7, but that doesn't mean that we spend any less time traveling. We're on the road all the time, and travel is by far the best investment that I think that you can make with your dollars. Going out there, experiencing the world, experiencing all the different cultures and places that the world has to offer is something that I just can't recommend highly enough. So those are some of my favorite investments that I made since starting the business and since hitting the 7-figure mark with our agency. What are some investments that you make that bring value into your life? Love to hear from you in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, connect with me on Instagram. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps support the channel. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to hang out and see the next video that I post. If you're looking to start your own business, check out the description down below. My business partner Derek and myself teach a course on how to start, grow, and scale your own social media marketing agency. It's the type of business that you can start on the weekend or in your spare time. Maybe one day you'll be as successful as we've been. Make sure to subscribe and don't forget to find me on Instagram. I'll throw a couple other videos from the channel up on the screen that I think you might want to check out. I recently posted a video on 3 of the top habits that helped me build a 7-figure agency, which might be a good place for you to head from here. That's it for this video. Hope to see you around the channel in the future.